for this week, we can only start from one place, and that is the CONCACAF Nations League final between Mexico and the US men's national team. What an unbelievable game. I wrote it down, and some of the things I want to say, especially for this game, an ugly win, I should say, for the US men's national team, 3-2 after extra time. And first of all, in my research going into this game, I can't believe this. The US have not won against Mexico in a competitive game since 2013, and that is why I think this is doubly special, and the match winner is none other than Christian Pulisic, of course, right? It seems like everything is going north for Christian Pulisic. We talk about how special this guy is, what he meant to the American people, especially after the Champions League win for Chelsea. And now he's done this. He see football as the next best thing. And it couldn't come as a better timing. They'll be hosting the World Cup in 2034, and to me, they have to keep this going. But what I meant by going is to keep the momentum, World Cup qualifying and World Cup qualifications, and if they have a great World Cup in Qatar, Pulisic in the central focal as well. But you know what? Back to Pulisic. What a year for him. That's 2 major medals in a row, and one for club and one for country. That's by a professional footballer standard. That's amazing, isn't it? And looking at some of the players that were featured, guys like Gio Reyna, Weston McKennie from Juve, Gio Reyna from Dortmund, Serginho Dest, he didn't have a good game, but I would like to believe that they are at an early stages of their career, and it can only bode well for them by the time 2034 came in. But I would say the match against Mexico, it's an ugly win. Mexico were in it as well. 14 shots, 7 on target for the US men's national team. 21 shots, 7 on target as well for the Mexicans. I mean, as a neutral watching that game on Fox, it was great. Absolutely brilliant game of football, and I can safely say I think this rivalry will be back, because now Mexico is looking their left shoulder, their right shoulder, and thinking, all right, boys, let's deck out our cards now, because they too are one of the co-hosts alongside Canada come 2034. So it will be an interesting on things to come for these nations. It's so great. I mean, we can go on and on about the narratives on this game, the tactical changes, good and bad from both teams, the defense, good and bad about both teams as well, the midfield, good and bad as well from both teams. We talk about Pulisic, who won in the game. He was so quiet, actually, if you watch the game very closely. But in the end, he's got the winner of this match. The drama, the storyline, the narrative, whatever. You have everything in a football match. So much more to talk about of the incidents. It felt like a Premier League match, The intensity, it felt like a Barca Madrid in Clasico. It felt like a Juve Inter Serie A, and I guess it makes sense because these two teams have I'm not too sure how far is their rival in terms of sporting terms, but by far the highlights for these international games, especially when the club season is over right now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see one in Euros or the Copa America. But when you talk about rivalries and intensity with evenly matched, it's gonna be a hard act to follow, this one right here. All right, so congratulations to the US men's national team, and all in all, what a great game, and I'm sure Mexico won't be happy with this, but I believe it's the CONCACAF will be delighted with the response in terms of a nationwide audience and loving it by far. And it's our first time covering these two teams in our podcast as well. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a hard act to follow. Euros, Copa America, World Cup, South America qualifying. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of matches like this, but it's gonna be a hard act to follow.